Good morning. So I'm just filming a couple of videos here from beautiful Croatia, and I've got a lovely pool, so if you get bored you can just look at the view behind me. But this is going to start off in standing position. Again, so we're going to do some nice breathing. We're going to look at some triangles, some warriors, and just do about a 6-7 minute flow, mainly standing, but we'll come down just for some breath work at the end. So just starting off, standing with your feet hip distance apart. Going to take a full breath in, reaching our palms up, tapping our hands together, breathing out and releasing. We're going to repeat that. Inhale, exhale, just getting the energy through our ribs, through our chest, filling our lungs. Exhale and inhale and exhale. One more, remembering soft through the shoulders, lifting up from the ribs and the chest, and exhaling soft through our shoulders, remembering feet hip distance apart. We're going to take that breath in again. This time we're going to interlock our hands, point our fingers up towards the sky. Full breaths in, soft through the shoulders. We're going to take a lean to the right and then through the center. So we're just going to get a nice stretch through the spine. Imagine you're drawing a rainbow with your fingers. So just getting a little bit of a further lean each time. Inhaling and exhaling. So remembering those big breaths in and exhaling as we go out to the sides. So we inhale through the middle, exhaling to the sides. One more on each side. And then bring your hands down. We're just going to shake it through. So just giving our arms a nice little roll around. So just shaking everything through here. Give the shoulders a roll around. Just releasing through our spine. So we're going to take a wider stance here. And we're going to get ready just to set up for triangle. So I'm going to go to the right, you can go to the right as well, and you're going to open up through your shoulders. So looking through to your right hand, pointing your toes to the top of the mat. Shift your ribs across, tilt down. You might need a block here, or looking up towards your hands. Opening up, looking up, hips are facing forwards. Full breaths in and out. 3 breaths here. 2 and 1. Just bending your knees slightly. We're going to come up through the center and we're going to go to warrior 2. Soft through our shoulders, looking through our front hand. So the feet are the same. You might want to take your back foot slightly further back, opening up through your shoulders. And take the back arm round, lifting up through the arms, soft through our shoulders, warrior 1. Rotate around the other way, opening up behind us. And then lifting up, back for our warrior 2. So we want to think about really opening up through our chest and shoulders here. Knees stacked over your ankle, taking a few breaths here in our warrior 2. And we're going to rotate the arm around, the foot comes round again, lifting up, high lunge. And then I get to look at the beautiful view. I'm going to rotate the other way, arm behind. And then I'm lifting up again. And as I breathe out, back into the warrior 2. Straightening that front leg, we're going to shift back down into our triangle. Opening up the shoulders here. Full breaths, looking up towards the hand if that feels okay. Might feel a little bit tight. This is first thing in the morning. We're going to take the top arm down, bending the front knee. We're coming into a low lunge. Back knee is coming down. Let the top of the foot come down. Lifting up through the shoulders into a crescent moon. And then bringing your arms down, just framing around the foot. We'll just take a little lean backwards here. Folding over your front leg, letting those hamstrings and legs just open up a little bit here. Take your own time. Inhale as you go back, exhaling forwards. And then we're going to come back up through into the full lunge. Bring your hands onto the inside, stepping to come into a gate pose, okay? Now if this is too much through the hips, you can bring the knee down. You're going to lift up your left arm And then bringing that hand down. And then the right up. Oh, that's tight. And then coming down. We're going to bring our hands onto the inside, pressing through. And then going onto the gate pose on the other side. Again, lifting up. And coming down. And lifting up. And that's hard on that side. And coming down. We're coming right into the half lunge. And again, we're just going to roll backwards and forwards here. Inhale, exhale forwards. Inhale, exhale forwards. And coming through. Now we're going to step up into our full lunge. Remember, we're coming into triangle, so you want to straighten through the front leg, set the back leg up so the toes are facing forward. Bring your hands onto the inside, and again, you can have a block here, and you've got to open up, lifting up through your shoulder here. Full breaths in and out. Again, try, it's harder coming from the ground. We're going to try and tilt the hips forward, opening up through your shoulder, looking up. Going to bend the knee, and we're setting up for warrior two. So here onto the other side, looking through that front hand again. Reset your shoulders, opening up here. Full breaths in and out. Taking the back arm behind, foot is coming round. We're going to lift up, high lunge, crescent moon. And then reversing the other way. Looking behind you. And coming up into our warrior two. And coming up. And behind us. And coming up into our warrior two. Really opening up through your shoulders here. We're just getting ready for our triangle. We're going to tilt across, down, open up through your shoulders, looking up. 3, 2, and 1. Bending that knee back into our warrior two. Straighten the legs, toes facing forward onto the long side of your mat. We're taking a full breath in. And as we exhale, we're coming down to goddess pose. So just take your toes out and squatting. And coming up, inhaling, exhaling down. Really think about your knees over your ankle, sitting back. Inhaling up, exhaling down. We are starting to slow down our breathing here. We're going to come down to our mats, but we're just really working through the muscles in our legs, opening up through the groin. And one more, coming down into a prayer position. We're going to hold this one. And we're going lifting up through your feet here. Both. Soft through your shoulders. And slowly releasing, walking your legs in. Just shake them around again. Just give a little bit of release around your hips, thighs if you want to step them out there. Shaking that down. We're going to come down to our mats. Just going to take a few breaths here in a seated position. So again, you can have your eyes gently closed. I'm just going to take some time just to notice our breath, just to finish off our session here. So meditation is really, really important. Obviously comes, well, yoga originated with meditation, and then the poses, the asanas, grew out of being able to focus on the meditation. So it's really nice to bring ourselves back into the meditative state if we can. It can really help with stresses, anxieties, and just managing the very busy lives that we have. So just finding a position that you feel seated, comfortable. If you can make sure your buttocks are engaged with the floor, or your mat, or a cushion, or a block. I'm just going to bring the awareness to our shoulders, placing your hands onto your legs, and again you can have your thumb in contact with your index finger or your middle finger, however you feel comfortable. Just taking some slow breaths here. Imagine the breath as you inhale being a lovely cooling breath coming up from your tummy, through your chest, through your ribs, through your neck to your nose. And as you exhale, just letting everything soften, trying to extend that breath. The breath travels back through. Just going to take 5 big full breaths like this, in through your nose, out through your nose. Every exhalation is getting a little bit softer, a little bit deeper. If you've got any worries, trying to release them on the out breath. 3. 1. Just gonna shake everything out. If you want to bring yourself down to a Savasana and just have some time to rest, that was quite a fast, deep set of exercises that we did. It might be one that you just tagged onto a previous session, or you just got out of bed and done that and you might feel a little bit tight and uncomfortable. So if you want to bring yourself down to Savasana, or not, because I've got people around, but I have just enjoyed a nice meditation, slowing down my breathing. So namaste. Thank you so much for taking the time to enjoy this yoga. Do like, subscribe, watch more of my videos, go to my website, which is yogawithlouisa.com, and I've got lots of other things coming along over the next couple of months. So yeah, the more you're involved, the more you'll get to know about them first of all. Thank you so much for taking part. Have a good day.